Hello everyone, welcome back to another Age of Empires 4 commentary. I am Beyond, and as always, thank you so much for all the support on the past couple videos, and the channel as a whole. It's doing better than I ever could have imagined this first couple of months, and honestly, it's just getting more and more fun to produce content for you guys that you guys really enjoy. I will also say there will be a switch up top on the AI up here. I will be switching to the villager count, so that you guys can copy the build orders of these high-level players / pros. And thank you, Jane Z0024, for the suggestion, and I'll keep implementing them. So if there's anything else you want to see on these casts or other content, please do let me know and leave it in the comments below. Let's get right into this gameplay. We have Marinelord in the bottom side of the map as the Holy Roman Empire. The first time I've ever casted a Marinelord game before, and I couldn't be happier to be doing it. An absolutely incredible player, been doing it since StarCraft 2 days. Now here, it brings back nostalgia from watching him in StarCraft 2. And he just recently came in second in the Golden League to Beasty, who is, consequently, his opponent up top in the north. We have Beasty as the Malians, or Absurd AI. Honestly, that pretty much sums it up. He's been absolutely incredible tearing up the scene, and he is the Malian King. If you don't understand that reference, it means that he played Malian all 7 games of the final Golden League and won. And it was incredible. Obviously, he didn't win all of the games, but he played them every single time, and they're absolutely incredible. A lot of the pros think that Malians are pretty over-tuned to the current moment. So we'll see if Beasty can live up to that over-tunedness and also just his insane skill level as the Malian player. Now, in Conqueror 3 and above, the Malians have a 60% win rate against the Holy Roman Empire. So the stats favor him. The most recent matchup favors him. He's on his quote-unquote most famous and popular civilization at this point. I think he's a little bit more known for the Holy Roman Empire, but now, because of what happened there, he is now known for his work on the Malians. Today we also, so what do we got going on for Marinelord? We have the Arcane Chapel going down, which is great. Gets all of this, and some good farmland. I don't think there was any good, there was no really good location over here to include gold into this. So I think he's going to be very, very content over here. And we have the Masana Quarry going down, which it generates 75 gold per minute and can toggle to stone at any moment. So I think this is a pretty standard build for both players. Interesting to see if there's any variations, or from the Malians we see the sofa kind of archer mass that usually happens. And then from the Holy Roman Empire, we can see man-at-arms rush, we can see horsemen with archers, we can see all sorts of different things. I don't really think we see too many archers. We do and we don't. I think it's more the men-at-arms, and if we don't see those, it's kind of a toss-up what you're going to see, just to be counterable. Now, that being said, I have been reading the comments, and also I started a Reddit thread today, which, if you're new from Reddit, thank you so much. Just trying to understand what content is kind of missing from the scene / what you guys would want to be seeing. I saw on Reddit a few comments and got a few upvotes that they would like to see. I knew I had a 2v2 strategy, a 2v2 video idea coming up with my friend, but I think in general, everyone wanted to see a little bit more of the funnier kind of low-level plays too. So I don't think it's going to really impact my pro player kind of upload schedule of 3 times per week, but maybe adding on like a community game. I was thinking that I could cast from whatever elo you're at, doesn't really matter, and I'll cast the game and kind of upload it on a Monday, and also maybe do that series where I try to climb in 2v2. So if you do have a kind of a funny replay, a funny game, something that you'd want me to cast, you can see down in the description below. There's an email link now so that you can send it over to that thing. Now, with the wonky system of Age of Empires, you'll need to make sure that your profile is open in terms of AoE 4, since it doesn't allow me to see games if you don't have that box checked off to say that your games can be public. You need to send me the date of the game and the map name. I can find out the rest. You can also send me the civilizations as well, just so I can make sure to get that quote-unquote good game. If that's of interest to you and you want to see your game casted, it'll also help me out, because in Age of Empires 4 currently, there's really no good way to kind of make this kind of happen. Also, I completely forgot about warrior scouts. Yeah, that's the meta. That is. They are a bane. I hope they get impacted a little bit in the upcoming nerfs in 6 weeks. So yes, so if you have any interest in doing that and helping me out find some funny/fun, interesting strategies, whatever it may be, lower level gameplay. So I'm thinking like low diamond and below. If you're Conqueror 1, you can still send it in, obviously, but I'm going to be trying to get a gauge of the whole community, which is mainly in that gold range and below. Unfortunately, I mean, I'm in there too with you guys. I'm in high gold now. We're up at gold 3 in both sides, so we might get up there. Now let's watch some warrior scouts cause some havoc to Marinelord. We have the early walls going up, which is always very effective, so they can't do any run-bys, which is nice. But beasty's going to start to get a massive amount of these warrior scouts, which also does seem to be the kind of the meta these days, is these bad boys are so good. If you don't know, or if you don't play the Malians very often, one, it's definitely something to learn. They're a pretty easy civilization to kind of understand and lock down. Now, what these warrior scouts would make them special is they heal after taking damage. So once they leave combat, they can come back and heal, which is incredible. And they're also able to steal things. So they're able to move deer, if you will, and once they're killed, they can move them on their back and run them away. So if you've been if you watched the Golden League, you saw Beasty do that to Marinelord and vice versa. It's unreal. As you can see, Beasty's now killing these. I wouldn't be surprised if he threw them on his back. Now, it looks like these spearmen are trying to make that not happen at all. Now, the Holy Roman Empire player needs these deer, and we're going to see some unbelievable micro going on right now. As you can see, the warrior scouts are circling the prey, which is the deer, it seems like, and these civilians, honestly. See, and you can see it, they pop out, and you'll see it, there you go. He scoops up the deer. They are a little bit slower, but I don't think they're going to be able to catch him now. Yes, so he drops the deer to make him faster again. But if you can see, if you don't lose them fully, look at how fast that healing goes up. Watch this health bar. It starts to cook up. It's like a Warmogs in League of Legends. It's absolutely insane. So they might need to tweak that a little bit. And the normal response here from Marinelord is, of course, Hardened Spearman. If I had been paying attention or thinking about that, then I would have obviously said Spearman into this matchup because of these crazy warrior scouts. Now, let's see what else is going on. We have beastyqt expanding to this massive gold vein over here because of his insane map control that these warrior scouts provide. We have deer getting stolen and brought back to Beasty. Almost like, look at all the deer just getting picked off. Marinelord is probably very annoyed at the transaction this is happening. And it is infuriating for it to have happened to you. Oh, you might want to drop this, buddy. Yeah, I was going to say. Just get out of dodge. Oh, that was the wrong way. A little bit of micro there. Losing a warrior scout. But they're just also so cheap. They're so cheap and easy to produce. Like, just scouts 90 food. That's it. And then I think he has a stable. So, boom. Scout 90 food. You don't even have to mess up your civilian production. The Malians, the one town center kings, they're so good. Look at all this food just being delivered. Just deers. Oh, you want deer? Just up front. No worries at all. It's just crazy. They're just such a good civ right now. With their ability to essentially, like, all you need is gold. You need, obviously, some wood. But, I mean, the gold, like, everything else just becomes so much easier. Like, your civilians are able to you're able to have 13 civilians on food. And it can be completely safe. Like, you have no danger of anything really happening. Marinelord showing that, you know what? You can't run these warrior scouts into my spearmen. So I'm just going to take out these houses over there, and you shouldn't have overextended. But honestly, with the trades already happening, Beasty doesn't even mind. Has plenty, and here comes the archers for Beasty, which you can take out all these lightly armored units. So if they do decide to go into the men-at-arms later, that will be good because I think there's going to be an archer ball coming out from Beasty. But at this point, honestly, they're just going to counter, and these warrior scouts are just so good. I wouldn't be surprised if they fall back and start to harass over here. Beasty is getting this cleared out, which is unfortunate for him. Definitely going to be a little bit tough, but as you can already see, the crazy amount of gold they get and food. The castle age is already coming out, and with this military landmark, you can just buy units for gold. So, as long as you control a gold vein, such as this large one over here with a pit mine on top of it, you're going to be doing a-okay in terms of gold. And if we switch back over here, you can see Beasty's doing great. I'm going to switch back to over here post 10 minutes because the builds are kind of done. It's just more unique kind of sense here. But I will flip back and forth when needed. Now we have this spear mass moving it back over here. I will say one of the weaknesses of the warrior scouts is if you have this mass army over here and nothing else to help protect, you really can't do much on that front. But the second they get in range, these horsemen are going to go down pretty quickly. There they go. Only the one, and goes down already. And now we have these horsemen over here, but this is where all the warrior scouts are. Were they able to scout out this? I'm not sure if Marinelord has seen this. I believe he has if he's running like this. And now we have Castle Age archers against Age 2 only with no defense just yet. And they're going to be absolutely shredded. This Castle Age is so quick. And once Beasty starts to get this gold going even more, which I'm sure now Marinelord is going to, yeah, he saw it. It's over here. But even then, look at all these coming out from this garrison. Just keeps popping out. You can also buy the upgrades in here too. And look at that. 360, and he's getting Donzos now, which makes sense because you see the heavy spear, the horseman. Also, I will say I was correct. I don't know what I was thinking. I was incorrect in terms of the archers. That's what I didn't know I was thinking about. But these Donzos are going to come out and do a lot of damage to these. Now we're going to be up to 12 horsemen over here. And here comes the Castle Age archers raining hellfire down upon these poor armored units. Marinelord still does not have enough resources to even think about Castle Age. And Beasty is safe and sound in Castle Age, like really feeling good. This army did not do nearly enough damage for what it is. Marinelord does have a pretty high civilian lead, which is nice. I believe he has 2 town centers. Yes, he does over here. So the 2 town center build into the 1 base Malians, which is why people think they're a little overtuned. 1, these warrior scouts are insane. And 2, they potentially just need 1 base. That's it. Ooh, this is not going to be a good fight for Beasty. Oh, no, move those back. This is not what you want. Here comes the Donzos, looking to see if they can get into the mix. Just in time, they do. Now remember, if Beasty can get these warrior scouts out of here, but the upgrades, it's looking like the upgrades are just too much. And proving, and there we go. Beasty can be kiting, but at this point, it doesn't... I think it's a fine trade. As long as he can get most of these spearmen, there's still a ton of horsemen on the map. But that's when these Donzos are going to start coming out a lot. And look at how well these Donzos do into these horsemen. These Donzos are still standing. We don't even have any upgrades so far over here. Horsemen running past, but the entire spearman army taken out. And all the warrior scouts were taken out as well, but they're just so much cheaper. Even in comparison to like a hardened spearman, yes, they're 10 more food, but BC had no qualms with food early on. Look at all this stuff. We even have relics coming in now for BC as well. Do we have relics coming in? Who got the relics? Does Marinelord have any relics as the Holy Roman Emperor? It's usually pretty important. I do not see any relics yet. I could be blind, which is very fair and very possible. But Beasty getting the relics is quite insane. Getting 3 already. And no, I don't think they've gotten relics because Marinelord would have gotten this relic for sure. Now here comes the cluster of horsemen chasing down these Donzos, which is not what you want, honestly. And there goes down another one, and now these archers are just absolutely ripping them apart. We have Military Academy, which is increased production of speed. So BC just living his best life over here, has a massive group of archers, which is going to do great into this. And just a few more rounds of Donzos coming out. It's going to be, I think it's going to be all she wrote. I mean, I don't know. Marinelord just didn't get enough pressure done. I haven't seen any armored units coming out either, which I don't even know if that would be that efficient, but I think it'd be better at this point in time. But I don't think he has the military, the economy back end to actually do anything about it. And these archers are going to start to cause a lot of havoc. It reminds me of the early age of like the English longbowmen just picking off people, cutting trees. Another Already switching to farms, which is definitely an early transition in age 2. But also, these are also the 2 best players in the world. So, you know, they're doing their absolute best. And this is probably the best strategy into this. If you get a Holy Roman Empire into Malians, this is probably still one of the best strategies you can go. It's unfortunate when you're facing the best Malian in the world at the current moment. So, if it's already in their favor, now it's even more so. And beasty definitely is that. You see that little horse just doing that little stutter step there? Like, he didn't know what he wanted to do. I think he wanted to catch up, but then he was like, it looks kind of scary out there. So did a little bit of the moonwalk back and forth there. So, and these are getting cut out. I love this movement here by beasty, keeping one line in the front so these horses can't get a good surround at all. Now we have sofas coming out as well. They're veteran sofas, absolutely ripping this apart. Marinelord is up by 31 civilians, and their economy is great, but the issue honestly is we have marching drills coming out as well, which will make everything a bit faster. The issue is though is that BC just has a massive archer ball, almost up to 40. So almost anything that beasty can produce, or anything that Marinelord can produce at this point that's kind of cheap, that can utilize his great food income and wood income, it's just going to get absolutely melted. We do have one lone horse soldier trying to get, I'm assuming, a scout off to see what's going on. Oh no, I'm assuming he's clumped in with these guys and trying to meet up at the tail end. But even then, just these 5 castle age archers are going to be plenty, and the sofa is going to play enough defense. We have archers doing even more damage over here. That one horse warrior did find its way in, hanging out in the background. So these archers are coming back. The only issue with this many archers is that you can't dive anything in terms of town centers or anything like that. There's no armor in place for there. Now we have level 2 archery as well coming out. beasty getting right into the farmland area by Marinelord, which is so annoying, effectively making all this research investment useless and making his arcane chapel useless, which is just so infuriating. But and there it is. It's GG called by Marinelord. It's just too overwhelming, too overpowerful. The Malian was so far ahead for so long and an age up for so long. If you guys get that advantage and you feel like you have the advantage and you just want to fight and you're about to go into the next stage, push that advantage as much as you possibly can. And also remember, if the opponent just goes into the next stage after they lose a fight, on the flip side, push that advantage because they just invested a ton of resources into level up. But it does seem like Malian's a little bit juiced right now. So if you're looking for a way to climb the ladder, maybe picking up Malian might be the way to go. So guys, thank you so much for all the support on the videos, on the channel, on Reddit, on everywhere. I couldn't ask for a nicer community so far. And if you did enjoy, please do like and subscribe. And remember to send me emails about your replays that you want me to cast. Maybe I'll cast them on this upcoming Monday. Thank you everyone. I hope you have a great day.